Let's take our Bibles back to Joshua this morning, Joshua chapter number 9. And I want to show you something here. We're not going to read the whole story, but there was a situation as the children of Israel were conquering the land where they were on victory after victory after victory. And then a group of kings came to them and asked if they could be allies. And they said, "Oh, we don't live in the land. We live far, far away. Look at our stuff." In fact, verse number 14, it says, "And the men took of their victuals and asked not counsel at the mouth of the Lord. And Joshua made peace with them and made a league with them to let them live. And the princes of the congregation swear unto them." Okay, so one of the proofs that they gave that they had come from a faraway land was they had old, stale, moldy bread. They had their bags. They used old bags to make it look like they started off the journey with new bags and new flasks for their oil, for their grape juice or whatever they had for a drink, and they were all stretched out, old, and really looked bad. They even wore bad clothes, looked like they'd been on the road for a long time, and just to give the effect of, hey, we've come from a great distance. And so in all appearances, it looked like an open and shut case where we don't really need to consult the Lord. We just, of course, I mean, we're not here to battle everyone on the planet. We're just battling the people in the land. So, of course, we will make a league with you, and of course, we'll have peace with you. That's a no-brainer. And I think that many of us are making a lot of no-brainers without consulting the Lord, because we've determined that a lot of things are no-brainers. But if your heart and brain are not tuned to the Lord to honor and obey Him, no-brainers don't exist. Even when your heart is tuned to the Lord, consult Him anyway, because we don't have the ability to know exactly what God is trying to do. And so when He gives us this opportunity to choose Him or choose the world, and listen to the way we think, He's testing us to see if we'll trust Him instead of the world. Verse number 14 told us there, "And the men took of the victuals and asked not counsel at the mouth of the Lord." Like I said, this one, in all appearances, was a no-brainer. And I think that each day you are approaching what appears to be no-brainers and making decisions all day long. Yes, of course we'll be there. Yes, of course I'll do that for you. Yes, of course, because they're no-brainers. They just seem like the right thing to do. But God says, consult me anyway. We fill our calendars with no-brainers, and then we don't have time for Him. We're always in a hurry, and so we make immediate assumptions about the person that's holding the sign that needs money. We make immediate assumptions based on, well, this, of course, God would want me to do this because it's my family, and He would never want me to not support my kid's future. And of course He wouldn't want, and of course He wouldn't want. Well, how do you know? How do you know that He wouldn't want? And how do you know that what you're choosing for your child or for your career or for your education or about that homeless person or about that circumstance, how do you know you're right? That it'll have that effect, that it'll have that issue will come up because of it. You don't. And the children of Israel, they didn't know where these people were from. They assumed they knew. These people lied to them. And so they made the wrong choice. Had they consulted the Lord would have said, don't do it. Don't do it. And so as you're making your decisions each day, make sure they're not based on, this is what I've always wanted to do. This is where I've always wanted to be. This is what I've always wanted to have. Make sure you consult the Lord, because even the obvious things are not obvious unless the Lord reveals it to us. Consult Him and you'll have His very best. Have a great day.